What I'm going to discuss today is a system that can connect, communicate and control an entire rail network. I'll be talking about a rush hour evacuation of a station during a terrorist threat, simultaneous coordination with emergency services, controlling all train movements by speaking directly with train drivers in the vicinity, and remote control of assets on the rail network. My name is Geoff Vaughan and I'm a Director of Trans Data Management, and our technology provides safety network for over 1.7 billion passengers per year. We are a leading Anglo-Swiss technology company who manufacture high-end systems engineered to deliver the very best value to our customers. We have in-house design and research team that have put us at the forefront of technology and innovation for 30 years. And we can manage and monitor, for example, SCADA and telephony systems. We provide services to the Swiss rail network for SBB and BLS, in Germany for Deutsche Bahn, the Eurotunnel, half of the UK rail network, as well as many significant projects which we are developing here in the Middle East. But let's get back to this idea of GSM-R. What does it do and how does it work? Well, it can connect the train driver to a controller from any point on a railway network, whether that's out in a desert, inside a mountain, or even in a tunnel under the sea. So you're in a cab of a train and you pick up the radio to make a call to the controller at your destination station. Your signal is transmitted over the GSM-R network, and even though your train can be travelling up to 500 kilometres per hour, the signal is picked up without communication loss by a series of masts that run alongside the track. Inside a tunnel, these masts are replaced by a base station that is strategically located along the trackside. For example, in Switzerland, we have been working with our partner on the new Gotthard Tunnel, which is the longest, deepest railway tunnel in the world. In June, when that system goes live, we could actually call a driver deep inside that tunnel from my mobile phone here in Dubai. Then, the weakest link in the chain would actually be me getting a signal on my phone here in this building. Getting reception inside an alpine mountain range is not a problem. But my phone is on a regular GSM network and the driver is on a GSM-R system, totally different and separate networks. One of our core competencies is getting different telephony networks to communicate with each other. So, how do we make that connection? Well, let's go back to our driver's transmission. Once it connects with the system, it is transmitted via a VoIP over a local area network to our core server. Now, what's special about our core server is that it's a sophisticated IP platform connecting a range of communication networks, combining telephony with other technologies such as CCTV, public address and customer information systems. You can see in the diagram how the system connects the GSM-R system to the master station controller just here. This is all well and good in a brand new digital world such as the projects that we are working on here in the Middle East, but we can easily work this in the old analog world as well. So in Europe we are at times combining what is effectively pre-World War II technology with 21st century technology. We can interface GSM-R and analog radio with the emergency services communications, such as the Tetra networks. Now, rather than being in the driving seat, let's now put ourselves in the hot seat, the controller of the network. It's a busy station. It's rush hour. There's 120 trains an hour and 4,000 passengers. A train comes in, people get on, people get off, and the passenger sees that there's a rucksack, unattended, one end of the platform. The passenger goes to the nearest help point and pushes the button. The passenger is now speaking to the controller, but importantly, the controller can see both the passenger and the actual bag because pushing the button on the help point has activated the CCTV camera, which has displayed the situation on the controller's monitor. Via his operator's terminal, the controller then calls a member of security who picks up the call by radio and then directs him to investigate. Now, the controller's got to move quickly here, so he keeps the connection open to the security team while calling the police. He connects to the police via Tetra, but again these calls are all fed through the core system, so the controller just uses one interface to speak across all the different media. While this is going on, the controller selects an option on his system that plays a pre-recorded message across the whole station. A coded message is announced. All station staff know this means that they should prepare to evacuate the station. The security guy who bravely investigated the rucksack speaks back to the controller, tells him he's opened the bag, and inside there's a plastic box, lots of wires. He's not a happy man. So then the rehearsed station evacuation kicks in. As you can see from this slide, there are many components to a modern railway comms system. Help points, CCTV, handheld radios, public address, building control, such as escalators, fire systems, and lift control. All are vital components to provide a safe and secure environment for a travelling public. The controller coordinates all staff via radio, and he can open all the barriers from his control panel. Simultaneously, through TDM's core system, the security guard can have his radio directly connected to the police officer via Tetra, and they can have a one-to-one conversation about the suspicious rucksack. Now, do you remember our driver who was in the tunnel? He's due to deliver 900 passengers onto that very platform in the next 2 minutes. With one click, the controller speaks to the driver and tells him to stop. He can also make a group call to all trains in the area to issue a stop command across the network. So, we have 4,000 people leaving the station, police on the platform, ambulances and fire services arriving, 90 halted trains and a helicopter overhead. At this moment, the police is now at the rucksack and calls to the controller. It's not a bomb, it's actually an innocent passenger's tool bag. Okay, it's a hypothetical situation, but you can see how being able to convert communications from many different sources into one interface is essential when things start getting hairy. Failure is not an option. These are highly robust, fully redundant systems that will withstand the harshest of conditions in snow and sandstorm alike. We've developed this system over decades in our laboratories in Bern in Switzerland, and it's simply built not to fail. Although the system is highly sophisticated, the actual interface is sufficiently intuitive to allow non-technical users to be able to master the system quickly. But when I talk about communications, it's not just people that can interact with the system. As we developed the programs, we thought that if we were transmitting and receiving commands, then there's no end to the scope of what could be placed at the controller's fingertips. I have explained earlier how the controller can open up all ticket barriers with one button and how they can monitor as live action from CCTV. Well, they can also receive information from miles down the track. In selected cuttings beside the tracks in Switzerland, we have installed a network of sensors that measure ground movement. These clever sensors are built to withstand vandalism or weather disruption, but can detect potentially catastrophic events, such as a falling tree that could derail a train. They are solar powered and run 24/7 and signal back to the controller where there's a critical decision is made to stop trains or proceed with caution. It is actually possible to have a stop signal sent directly to drivers automatically. So you can imagine that there is no end to the type of sensors that can be connected. We connect with fire systems, temperature and flood detectors, light detectors. We even have road tunnels fitted with sensors on the fire extinguisher. So as soon as one is removed from its location, it triggers a CCTV camera and sends an alarm and live footage back to the central controller. So you get the idea. With all these different communications between public, staff, see, system works. Right. With all these different communications between the public, staff and emergency services, without the TDM system, the rail travel would be a lot more hazardous. What we do is to bring clarity to chaos so that we can connect, communicate and control the rail network as part of operations. My name's Geoff Vaughan. Thank you very much for your time.